Hi, this is the closest I can get into being a Gen Z or just trying to look like one. Trying hard? Exactly like how marketers are today. Trying hard. Hi, I'm Merly Jaime. Welcome to my talk. I have two Gen Zers in this house. One 18-year-old, another 20. They don't even wake up until 10 a.m. They play games the whole night until wee hours of the morning, and I still really haven't figured them out. So, who are the Gen Zs? The members of this generation were born from the year 1997 and 2015. This puts them in the age group of, let's say, in the range of 6 to 24 years old by this year, 2021. So, today, most brands, if not all, are trying to get their attention, trying to engage with them, trying to create these long lasting relationships with them. But why? Well, because the Gen Z is the most diverse generation in history. Imagine that. They're the most creatively empowered generation in history. And importantly, they are the on demand generation. There is this one word that's used all the time with this generation. It is woke. They are the woke generation. Now, what is woke? Do you even know what it means? Woke is an American term that refers to the heightened awareness of issues concerning social and racial justice. And being called woke is very important to them as they struggle to come to terms with the flaws of the society, which they say they have inherited from us, the generation before them. Harsh realities have emerged on social inequality, gender inequality, the economy, the planet. And it's clear that there's no going back to the way things were. For the Gen Z, purchasing power is a tool for activism. Intentionally, this trend is quite visible, where they have clearly shown preference for brands that go beyond just selling a product. Product for profit is nothing to them. It's really about product with purpose, and that is big for them. They are all about diversity. For many Gen Zers, their backdrop of growing up is, let's say in the States, is the first ever black president and the legalization of gay marriage. They are more likely to have grown up amidst diverse family structures, let's say from a single parent household to a multiracial household to a household in which gender roles are blurred. This is probably why they are more open to differences like in race, in sexual orientation, in religion, compared to the generations before them. They are also our very first digital buyers. Gen Z was born into a world with peak technological innovation, where information was immediately accessible and social media was increasingly ubiquitous. They are pragmatic and financially minded. Financial mindedness is one of the core strengths and characteristics of the Gen Zs. Many of them grew up witnessing their parents' financial struggles, and this generation therefore is driven by pragmatism and security. They are discriminating consumers. Now, this is very important for all of us marketers here today. As consumers, the Gen Z their behavior reflect their values. And the influence of an increasingly digital world is big, is major to them. So the Gen Zs can rely on their tech savvy and extensive social networks to make informed purchasing decisions. They are more likely to be swayed by the recommendations of real life users more than celebrities that sometimes they don't trust. So purchasing decisions are just reflect their values because it also reflects their identities. Now, examples of this I will be showing later on are they're drawn to sustainable products, they're often really willing to pay an extra or premium for them, they value personalized products and services, they're drawn to brands who share their point of view, even with political issues. So, what makes them unique and different from the previous favorite target market we call millennials? Okay, they may all look young to you, the millennials and the Gen Zs, but they do not respond to marketing campaigns the same way. They don't at all. And they shop and buy differently. Okay, let's really study them now. The Gen Z is expecting more innovation from companies. In the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, if you compare the Gen Zs and the millennials, all the more the Gen Z would want companies to translate their existing products and services into digital experiences. Maybe the Gen Z expects more innovation because they've grown up in the age of rapid innovation. While millennials may still remember the blockbuster VHS rentals, I remember that. The Gen Zs already is right at home at the mobile era of YouTube, TikTok, all this content consumption and streaming platforms that we have today. So number 2 is trust. The Gen Z is less likely to trust more than the millennials. They have trust issues. So according to the 2020 Salesforce research, 50% of millennials say they trust companies, while 42% only of Gen Zs trust these companies. And both these numbers have been decreasing year after year. The same report reveals that 59% of the Gen Zs feel like they've lost control over how companies would use their personal data information. The Gen Z is pragmatic, while the millennials are idealistic. This generation has been shaped by the economic pressures that occurred during their childhood years. They've witnessed their parents go through hardships and communities, as well, they were struggling with unemployment and financial challenges. So thus the more successful campaigns marketed towards the Gen Z today would be focusing on long-term value and smart investments, even offering plentiful deals like bonuses or free shipping or freebies. They love that. The next would be Gen Z's take authenticity to a new level. Millennials love brands that champion transparency. Gen Z is more obsessed with finding brands that mirror their ideals. And we asked teens from 13 to 20 in 9 cities globally what they want from their brands. And these are all the words, feelings, and emotions that they want to see. And showing real consumers before and after photos instead of real photo shoots or unfiltered photos of people has brought more success to brands than all these photoshopped ones. They hate fakeness. They love to see what's really real out there. They also want to see themselves as how unfiltered they are at home. So, for example, the Dove campaigns that feature real women resonate well with them. They want to see, Dove has shown skin, Dove has shown hair the way it is, and they love that. They want to see themselves represented in color, in shape, in size, as real as possible. Both would shop online, but the Gen Z has this desire to return to in-store shopping. 62% of Gen Zers expect to shop online more after the pandemic than they did before. More of the millennials were shopping online before the pandemic, but now the Gen Zs are into it more. 67% of the millennials, would say the same. But however, the only difference is that the Gen Zers want to trickle back into the stores because they're all about experience, as I've said over and over again. They want to go to the brick and mortar locations of these stores when they open, and they want to experience more of this social media worthy experiences again, like going to cafes. They want beauty classes. They want to go to the makeup stores and try it on themselves. They want exercise sessions and yoga sessions in athleisure stores. Real experiences is again big with them. So why are the Gen Z important? Why is it crucial to get their attention and to understand them? Because they drive brands to be on their feet. How? Two ways. They teach companies to make purpose, part of their brand story big time. And they put technology at the heart of their brand experiences. Now, if the Gen Z love your brand because of these two things, they have the makings of a very loyal consumer that transcends time. So let's try to understand him more. They are the digital first buyers. The Gen Z is the generation to be born truly digital. They have never known the world without the internet. So technology is at the heart of their decision-making processes. They also spend £7 billion annually. So they shouldn't be treated or shrugged off as young or insignificant. Can you imagine this figure increasing as they come of age? So technology is undeniably at the center of this battle of the retailers with growing pressures to deliver a digital and customer experience that simply delights and seamlessly engages with them. An example is KFC in China. They transformed these old KFC stores to attract Gen Zs by making it totally digital.
First of all, KFC created a brand new ordering system using a Baidu voice-controlled robot. We cooperated with Baidu to test plenty of conversations and ordering processes with the robot so that it can really understand what consumers say.
你好，我是杜丽，很高兴为您服务。请问您是带着吃还是带走？在这里吃。好的，您选择的是堂食，请看我身边的大屏幕。
Consumers can also order with self-help machines to avoid the long waiting lines and enjoy simple and pleasant ordering experiences. When coming to the interactive music area, consumers will find the tables become smart music tables. With the table, consumers can recharge their cell phones wirelessly, and they can also scan a QR code to listen to the music of their own choice. In the waiting area, we set up a 3D holographic projection to surprise consumers with an amazing demonstration of making delicious fried chicken.
和我一起自在吃炸鸡。
This brand new digital dining experience became the highlight of the grand opening of KFC's 5,000th restaurant.
With an estimated online shopping power of $143 million, the Gen Z consumers predominantly disengage with brands on the basis of ethics and poor digital experiences. For them, shopping is no longer a mere purchase. It has evolved into more of an experience. Again, experience is big. So start making customer experience optimization to be at the heart of your businesses to be successful. And I'll tell you why. Because 63% of Gen Zs have absolutely no patience with slow or poorly designed websites. 37% of Gen Zs either abandon a purchase or even write a negative review when they have these poor digital experiences. An overwhelmingly majority, 83% of Gen Zs, have high expectations from let's say, online shopping and view it as an actual brand interaction and not as a transaction. How can brands engage the Gen Z? So, according to the Morning Consult, Victoria Sackle, the Gen Z is known for action, activism, and impact. So they demand these qualities from their brands and businesses This is the way to gain their trust and purchases or talents in the future. To target this very valuable generation and to gain direct purchasing power from them, here are some ways to successfully connect with them. Sustainability is big. Packaging is considered to be one of the easier ways to transform a brand to be sustainable. Planet-friendly packaging is very important to these young shoppers. The younger generation is focused on business responsibility, especially sustainability, and they are concerned about the eco-nightmare of packaging. This is a critical purchase factor for these people. They will avoid purchasing brands that endanger the environment. So an example of this would be upcycling. What is that? So a majority of younger generations are buying upcycled products. These are products that are made from discarded objects or materials to create a brand new one, or of higher quality or perceived value that is higher than the original. So here's an example from H&M, from socks to sweaters. Be authentic. According to Marketing Drive, Gen Zs prefer brands that are authentic and fun. So embrace this demand for authenticity. Don't trick them by secretly advertising to them or putting layered messages or hiding things from them. Show the real people behind the logo and who you are. Say it. If you are Coca-Cola, say it to them. They are accepting this because you are becoming more real than fake. They hate fakeness today. So for Gen Z, platforms such as Instagram and TikTok are flying because they're very showing real people. And if brands are there, you should really show your real selves and not pretend to put advertisings in these platforms. So think about uploading behind the scenes, interviews with employees, or a peek into when things go wrong. And that's okay with them. It makes you more human to these consumers. In messaging, show them the not so perfect world and real stories. And this example from Nike is perfect because it celebrates a not so perfect world of athletes, or at least trying to be athletes. So here's the example.
Here's to going for it and being terrible. Here's to giving it a shot, even though your shot is garbage. To being the queen of the court. Oh, maybe not this court. To feeling the burn, even if there shouldn't be a burn to feel. To trying your best, even though your swing is the worst. Here's to going down way harder than you get back up.
Possibly one more ball.
To giving it your all, even though you kind of suck. But you know what doesn't suck? Trying to do something you've never done before. That doesn't suck at all. Not even a little.
Sometimes just portraying them in your ads, telling real stories, showing diverse casting, and showing their emotions and their beliefs is another way of being real. Our 360i spot for Oreo hit it right. Let's watch it.
Here.
Look at you.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, baby.
Mom, this is Amy.
Oh, hi. It's so nice Amy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, I'm Amy.
Nice to meet you.
Are you hungry?
Yes.
Come on.
Oh, yes, please.
homemade jam. It's really challenging to beat the coconut in the jar.
Nice to see you.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You just wanted my help, I know.
Chocolate all over your face.
You're the cutest this is enough.
Here you go. Happy birthday.
Hey, Dad.
Hey,
Night.
Night.
good night.
John. Is that your dad?
What is he doing? Dad.
Did I do it right? I love you. Do you like it?
I love it.
At some point in time, the Gen Z got tired of celebrities. I mean, paid celebrities. Because if they're real, they want to believe and they want to see real. That's why they're big on influencers. The Gen Z take purchasing advice from these people, supposedly real people, real users of products, and they give honest reviews of these products. So what influencers bring to the table is borrowed trust and respect. So integrate your brand with theirs, because the real value of these influencers is the connection they create with their communities. And as you know, Gen Z want to belong to these communities. The feeling of belonging is very big also with them. So here's an example of a widely successful campaign for Dunkin' Donuts using the top influencer in TikTok, Charli D'Amelio.
America runs on Dunkin'. But who knew that one Dunkin' drink could do all this? A 60% increase in app downloads, hundreds of thousands of cold brews sold, the highest weekly cold brew sales ever in Dunkin' history, over 4 billion impressions, 250 plus million views on TikTok, making Dunkin' the most popular QSR brand on the app, getting a younger generation to start running on Dunkin'. And how did we do all this? We took the biggest breakout star of 2020 on the biggest app of 2020, who's also the biggest Dunkin' fan, Charli D'Amelio, and put her go-to order on the menu nationwide. Introducing our first ever fan-made signature drink, the Charli.
Dunkin' recently unveiled its collaboration with TikTok's biggest star, Charli D'Amelio.
She has her own drink at Dunkin' named after her called the Charli. It's actually cold brew, whole milk, and 3 pumps of caramel swirl.
I'm at Dunkin' right now about to order the Charli for the first time ever. This has my name on the receipt.
Then we had her take over all of Dunkin's social channels and created an original TikTok track inspired by Charli herself. Making the internet totally freak out. Helping us turn millions of Charli fans into millions of Dunkin' fans.
This is the biggest TikTok brand collaboration ever.
And that has to be the greatest marketing collaboration of 2020.
Bringing in a whole new audience who run with Charli and now run on Dunkin'.
And remember, everyone today is a creator, and a good one. So content creation is so accessible to this generation than ever. And as such, encouraging your audience to engage and interact with your marketing can be a really big push effectively for your brand awareness campaign or brand building campaigns. This is so because they have a good knowledge of technology, and they experiment. They're not afraid. They even post it. And just watch this young lady as she creates product shots.
I filmed a commercial in my college dorm. So since my dorm is quite small, I didn't have space to set up my backdrop stand, so I turned my desk into a makeshift set with 2 bed sheets. For this shot, I stuck a lemon slice on a paintbrush, spun it around, and masked it in with a Sprite and Post to make it fly out from behind the can. Here, I cut the can in half and poured water through it to make it seem like the camera was inside the can. Without further ado, here is the final commercial.
Hit it, boys.
Gamifying is engaging, definitely. Gamification has been widely considered as an effective way of changing this generation's behaviors. They get a more immersive experience. Through gamification, you create a sense of achievement, and they add so much fun to the whole experience. I should note they are about experience, right? So exclusive screen time was accelerated behaviors. It changed behaviors actually during the COVID lockdown, and this has brought so many awards, badges, and more unlockable content than ever, and they loved it. So in this example from Wendy's, they simply put the brand promise seamlessly and naturally into the game of Fortnite.
Kids, college kids, even celebrities. Kids are nuts for this Fortnite.
Fortnite has taken over the gaming world, becoming the most streamed game on Twitch ever. But brands are left out of the action, either tweeting from the sidelines or paying big bucks for in-game sponsorships. So when Fortnite announced a new event called Food Fight between Team Pizza and Team Burger, Wendy's saw an organic way in. We found out Team Burger stored their beef in freezers. And Wendy's doesn't do frozen beef. So we got on Twitch, chose a character with red hair and pigtails, dropped into the game, and instead of killing other players, we started destroying burger freezers. Again and again and again, for 9 hours straight. We also declared our mission on Twitter, sending hundreds of thousands of gamers to Twitch to watch us play. And soon other players stopped killing each other and started killing burger freezers with us.
Hey, Wendy's, dude, let's go!
Top Twitch streamers took notice.
I saw a Wendy's stream over here, dude.
Oh, you smacking the burgers freezers?
This shit's lit. Bro, this kind of stuff keeps the game fresh.
Thank you so much for coming to the stream, Wendy's.
News outlets were talking about it. Even Twitch posted a highlight reel of Wendy's best freezer kills. Then, our own competitors showed us some respect. But most importantly, the game developers removed the freezers from every burger restaurant, meaning Wendy's had rid Fortnite of frozen beef forever.
Venus from Gillette used Animal Crossing, but combining two important things to the Gen Z. That is gaming and purpose. So they introduced diverse skin representations through their Skinclusive campaign in characters in Animal Crossing. As a marketer, capture the hearts and minds of the Gen Z, because this is the generation that will push your brand to be authentic and good while driving it to be future forward. Make sustainability your priority, be real, develop a brand personality that is relatable and shareable, and integrate your messaging within the communities they belong to. That is very important. As for me, I spend time with my daughters, and that's enough research for the Gen Z. Try to do that. Talk to your family who are Gen Zs and you will really understand them. And remember, the Gen Z is ready to reset and fix the mess we made, our generation made for them. And they know that their moment is now.